Welcome back, you guys, to another Madden 23 Lions franchise video, and as you can see, we're playing the Steelers in the Super Bowl. We're going to go through our Super Bowl Media Day first, and then go to our player upgrades, talk about the yearly awards, and then maybe look at their stats for the Steelers over this season, and then we'll get into the game. So, what would a win mean to you? It would mean everything, because we have lost the previous two Super Bowls to the Chargers and then to the Texans, so beating the Steelers, finally, killing the curse and not turning into the Buffalo Bills would mean everything to me, truly. Getting one upgrade, it's Brian Jackson, and seems fit. He hasn't really had a huge involvement in the passing or ground game the last couple of weeks, but he's been huge on special teams for us. And he's moved up to star dev. He has been normal dev this whole time. And let's see where it is. So, because he got Offensive Rookie of the Year, he got up to star dev, which is great to see. All right, look at the season stats. Mac Jones with 4,800 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 15 picks, about a 70% completion percentage, a very solid season for Mac Jones. Javonte Williams, 1,200 rushing yards, 22 rushing TDs. It's insane. He is an 89 overall with superstar dev right now. And DeAndre Swift is their backup halfback. They got a lot of good halfbacks. A wide receiver. Receiving-wise, A.J. Brown with 1,300 receiving yards, 7 TDs. Terrace Marshall also up to 1,200. And then Josh Barber, the receiver that we used to really like. He's a Tyreek Hill kind of build, and he, is in his second year out of Ohio State. Ohio State continues to produce crazy wide receivers in our drafts. And Josh Barber gets up to 1,000 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. Cole Kmet also with 8. Looking at the defense, leader in tackles for them is actually their corner Nick Needham, and Tracy Walker at number 2. Leading in sacks is Derek Brown with 10, and leading interceptions is Tracy Walker, and then Derek Stingley. Ready for our Super Bowl matchup versus the Steelers, and if you guys forgot, okay, that looks a little unrealistic, running just through the Gatorade. If you guys forgot, Cooper is not playing in this game. He is still out with his injury, so the lead receiver on the team is Jamison Williams. Number 2 is Antoine Andrews, and the slot is going to be a mixture of Brian Jackson and Calvin Austin, and maybe a little bit of Moses Brackett as well. Maybe a little bit of Julio at times. All right, and we are kicking off to the Steelers to start the Super Bowl. And on the return for them, I would imagine it's not Josh Barber. They're not going to take it out of the back of the end zone, though. And Mac Jones and the offense come onto the field after beating the... And Mac Jones and the offense come onto the field after beating the Raiders in the AFC Championship game. Again, we already looked at Mac Jones' stats. An incredible season for the Steelers. And we are tasked with trying to slow down this offense with A.J. Brown leading the way at receiver and 2 incredibly, good running backs between Javonte Williams and DeAndre Swift. Watching the curls. Oh, underneath. Sean Hazelwood getting in the way. And actually, I just noticed, Sean Hazelwood, does he have superstar dev now? Did he move up from star dev? Because he was star dev. He may have gone up to superstar. Oh, we played the left side, and the right side was still open. Surtain missing the tackle. Tariq finally taking down Josh Barber, I believe. And I don't love this. Actually, we're going to drop back. Oh, and Nathan Walls almost had the chance for the interception. Instead, just able to tackle him down for a gain of 8. And they haven't used the run game all too much lately. It's kind of surprising. We get underneath immediately, though, with Christian Harris and get Javonte in the backfield. Again, they have a combo of 2, very good running backs that I'm still waiting to see when DeAndre Swift is going to get on the field. It's kind of a crazy backup running back to have on the field and not really use. On the halfback screen, Sean Hazelwood was all over that. They're actually just kicking the field goal. Okay, I thought they were going to go for it. It seemed like they were going to go for it. On 4th and 3 from the 43. This is an incredibly long field goal. Will they make it? And they do. Wow. All right, Brian Jackson on the return. Already with 3 kick return touchdowns on the season. Following his blockers. Getting down right around the 25-yard line. And if you guys remember, we are without Cooper Kupp in this game. So Jamison Williams is the number 1 receiver. And number 2 is Antoine Andrews. And the 3rd spot, the slot, is going to be filled between Calvin Austin and Brian Jackson at times, as well as a little bit of Moses Brackett or Julio Jones. On the first carry, Ramondre on the field, picking up 3 yards. And if you were wondering, no, Ramondre did not take the starting spot from Hebert. For whatever reason, he is always just put as the starter, even when we change it before the game. Lionel Hebert on the carry, on the fake jet sweep, picking up some yards in the first down, taking it almost near midfield. 13 yards off of the first run is incredible. Lionel Hebert on the stretch could be open, but Calvin Austin's, oh, no. Oh, my God, that could have been a pick. That set up to be actually a potentially really successful play, but we just could not get a block from Jamison. Jamison on the slant. He's got some space. He holds on to it for the first down. He fumbles it, though. Oh, my God, no. No. This is not how this is going. Derek Brown with the injury. He is by far their best defensive player, so if he's out, it definitely does not hurt. On the one-on-one, Surtain with the interception over Barber. Reading that route the whole way. Getting some good blocks before going down at the 36-yard line. And Mac Jones throwing an absolute duck, and he is upset beside himself on the sideline. Now, after the fumble from Jamison and after the interception, we were back. And, ooh, Antoine with the one-on-one beats his man on the zig. He's got big yards. Oh, wait, no, not another fumble at the 35. There's no way. Trying to tackle him. We can't get him down. Finally down at the 22-yard line. This is just ridiculous. And, I've talked in the past about Antoine Andrews and Jamison both having fumbling problems sometimes. I just can't believe after a big game like that, it gets ruined by a fumble. That is a killer. And I have not touched fumbles at all. They are exactly the same as they've been all season. 1st and 10 from the 22. They got great field position to start off with. Nathan Wall's trying to make a play. Finally, Tariq on the tackle. And Tariq actually may be up to superstar dev as well after getting second for, DB in the NFC. A lot of our players making, upgrades, and we just didn't see it because they didn't have actual, overall upgrades. Javonte on the carry. Nathan Walls has the one-on-one. He gets the tackle broken, but Trey Hendrickson finally pulls Javonte down from behind at the 3-yard line. This whole time we've been sitting in 3-4, and they've still been running it really easily on us. I imagine it's going to be a run again. Javonte on the carry, breaks a couple of tackles, and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Okay, we're down 10-0 early, but really we have not made any mistakes ourselves. It's just been some really unfortunate fumbles. Brian Jackson on the return. Getting good blocks. Oh, run it to the left and almost breaking free up to the 28-yard line. Jake Zimmer coming back on the field, getting coached up by myself, and there's not much we can really tell him. He's played pretty flawlessly in this game so far. It's really just been some issues with fumbles from the receivers. Got another one-on-one with Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin able to hold on to it. King in off of the left side. Brian Jackson's going to get the carry. Brings it back left. Doesn't pick up the first. And we're running no huddle. I like the one-on-one matchup with Schobert and Brian Jackson. On the angle route, he's wide open. A good pass, but there's a flag. This cannot be offensive holding, man. We would be getting so many bad breaks. Okay, it's roughing the passer. Okay, that works out. Finally, we get one break to go our way. Again, we're already feeling the absence of Cooper. Cooper would not be fumbling these balls. One-on-one with Posey. Posey's just got to beat the safety. Oh, and it gets knocked away. One thing I will say is that the Steelers are missing their star strong safety. They're missing Derwin, who is a 98 overall, and he is out with a torn tricep in this game. Had no chance of playing. Following our blocks, not picking up many yards. Going down and making it 3rd and 7 on the play. This is we can take a field goal here potentially. This is going to be an RPO, though. We're going to see if Antoine gets open. And he's not. We're going to hand it off to Lionel Hebert again, who gets knocked down, making it 4th and 3. And we just need to get on the board at this point. 47-yard field goal should be a gimme on an indoor stadium. See if we can make this one. And it's good from Cade York, making it a one-possession game again. First play of the drive, they're coming out straight into empty. Completely showing no interest in running the football. Watching the in. Oh, good job by Christian Harris swatting the ball away. And Chase Roulier, or Ruler, I'm not sure, is out with the injury. But great coverage from Christian Harris. Got to watch for the run. It's not there. It's another halfback screen. But luckily, the halfback screens, for whatever reason, when other teams run them, they just mess them up so often. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Can we get them off the field? Oh, the in is open, but he throws it underneath instead, and Tariq is there to make the tackle out of bounds. And Mac Jones, 3 for 8 for 34 yards and the 1 interception. Nothing spectacular so far out of him. Hopkins dropping back to block early. Looking a little bit different, changing his accessories a little bit. Brian Jackson on the return. Oh, we got good blocks out left. Oh, man. For whatever reason, he just did not accelerate to the left on that play, but Jake Zimmer in the offense coming back on the field. Already last drive picking up 1 field goal. After the previous 2 drives ending in fumbles, got us nothing, but on the read option, the first play, going to hand off to Hebert. He's got a lane, nearly picks up the first down off of the carry. And so far, the read option and the triple options have been very effective against the Steelers defense. This could be a good game for Jake Zimmer to run the football later on down the line because they have not shown that they've been able to stop the run whatsoever. Another big pickup for Hebert, picking up that first down. And that's the end of the first quarter. Doing another power option this time with Hebert in the backfield. And Jake Zimmer's got the one-on-one. We didn't want to pitch it off because they were playing it the entire time. They did a good job guarding it. On 2nd and 9, we got 2 tight ends, and we've got Juszczyk in the backfield for a power run to the left with Hebert. Good lead blocks. Hebert making his way forward. Man, just fighting through the contact, making it 3rd and 9. Making our job really easy on these 3rd and shorts. We got Brian Jackson in the backfield this time, and this is our bread and butter play right here with Posey running a go, and Brian Jackson with a one-on-one on the outside. We get it off to him, and the safety comes over and forces the incompletion. A great play, and from the 46 at 4th and 2, we're going for it. We can't kick the field goal from this far out. What to do? What to do? Do we want to run the slants, or do we want to run tight end attack? Let's try to get Posey involved. Can Posey get open? And he's wide open. Completely burns Schobert on the play, and tries to truck over Derek Stingley before going down to the 20-yard line. Okay, we are in almost a full house. It's still pistol with Brian Jackson out of the backfield, and we're going to send him on a go to the right. I think Posey could be wide open. Oh, but we got pressure immediately. Running back left, we got to throw it away. And our left tackle is down with an injury. We do not have a really good backup at left tackle. And so that is a big loss to take. And immediately we're going to be testing the left tackle spot with a read option to the left. Hand off to Brian Jackson up the middle, and Jackson falls down for a gain of 2 yards. And he's going to be out for the rest of the game with a bruised sternum. At least we do have Larry Borum. On 3rd and 8, we're going to option out of this into, let's go into gun split close. And I'm going to send Brian Jackson on a wheel again. Could be wide open. I think Posey could be wide open as well. And he is. No one on him, and he's in for the TD. Completely unmarked into the end zone. All right, they're coming out with 3 receivers. They're in pistol themselves, which was very successful for us on the previous drive. 1st and 10, they're running power to the right. Javonte trying to tackle him with Baron Browning, but Christian Harris gets in there for a stop with only 2 yards picked up by Javonte on the play. We're pressing on the left side with Ryan Neal back in coverage. Javonte, cuts it back left. Finally, Tariq is there for the tackle, but he broke the tackle from Trey Hendrickson before that, and he does pick up the first down. All right, we've made the sub. We've moved Ryan Neal off of coverage, and instead we have Eric Stokes in the corner spot in the nickel. Play action. We bring the blitz with Eric Stokes. In the first play he comes in, he makes a huge play on the play action, getting the sack on Mac Jones, running right past Javonte. 2nd and 18. Now we're in cover 1. And yeah, I like Isaiah Simmons sitting back a little bit more in coverage rather than being up in the nickel spot. Javonte gets the run and gets tackled after a gain of 8 yards. Luke Anderson with an injury. Their O-line's had a couple of injuries in this game. And on 3rd and 10, we're going to drop back into cover 3 and just play really far back. They got to pick up 10 yards. We got to try to get him to pass through us. Dontrell, I got stuck on him. We're back in coverage. We have someone wide open. And I think it's A.J. Brown who goes down at the 39-yard line. Looks like a run to the right. And it is. And, last person to get there is Surtain. Christian Harris pushing him down as well. After a 9-yard pickup in the run game, continuing to be a problem for our defense. And really, like I said, Dontrell Parker, having him back is nice, but he's not even the greatest run stopper. We really don't have, outside of DeMarcus Lawrence, we don't have a great block shedder on this team. I would say the closest would be Christian Harris after that. But coming in for the sack again is Eric Stokes, sending him on a man blitz. And he gets through on another play-action play. Eric Stokes with 2 sacks in unconventional fashion. Covered underneath. Christian Harris just upends Javonte. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning. And after the tackle by Christian Harris, it's going to be 4th and 4. And they're taking the field goal after the 2-minute warning. Christian Harris trying to get him to miss. Out from the 33-yard line. Can they make it? And they do. 2 minutes remaining. Brian Jackson on the return. Wordy with the receiving touchdown. Goes out left. Got a one-on-one matchup. Finally gets tackled down at the 26. Didn't have great blocks out to the left. Should have kind of probably worked that back up the middle. But Lionel Hebert with 6 carries for 41 yards so far. His yards per carry up to about 7 in this game. Starting out very well. We're going to go back to what's been working out of the triple option this time. This has been a problem in the past with the shovel option sometimes. They do bite on the inside. Jake Zimmer can keep it. Oh, crap. Use check falls on. Oh, yeah. See, I'm telling you, sometimes it seems like it's there, but then all of a sudden, Jake Zimmer just doesn't throw it to use check. And I guess you could say it's too late to get it off at that point, but I just feel like he should still be able to make that pitch. On 2nd and 17, we got Posey running in underneath. Over the top, though, we got Antoine Andrews wide open with the catch. First down pickup before. Cannot risk the fumble. He's already fumbled once for us. We're going to go no huddle. And after this play, we're going to call a timeout. So we're going to let Hebert do a counter. I don't love having to move Posey all the way to the left, but let's get it off quickly. Good blocks. Use check. Finally, Hebert down at the 48. All right, we're running in orbit screen RPO. And this time, instead of using Andrews, we're going to look at Jameson. Jameson's got it. As long as we get a block, we do. And Jameson picks up a couple yards, going out to 36. Jake Zimmer so far 8 for 12 for 145 yards and 1 TD. Gonna have Jameson run this one. And trying to break a tackle, he does, but oh my god, out left. We fumbled it. All right, let's call a timeout. I don't know what just happened on that play. Jameson on the zone, went out right and then got tackled immediately, but he broke it, went back left, had no stamina, and then fumbled it forwards. And obviously, when you fumble it forwards, you cannot advance the ball off of the recovery offensively. So we ended up getting very lucky. Brian Jackson unmarked right now. And they do drop back into coverage. Jameson is... Oh, no! Oh, my... Thank God whoever that was dropped it. I don't know who that was. Let's look at this again. We got pressured immediately. Who came in on the pressure? It was Bradley Chubb. We got hit on the throw. And we're trying to get to Jameson. He was open over the top. But James with the drop. And that was Luke James on the drop. Their backup strong safety for Derwin James, who is out. Okay. On 3rd and 8. We're actually going to send Posey out one-on-one. Give him a chance. I'm going to fire this in the back of the end zone on 3rd and 8. See what he can do. He got his man beat one-on-one over the top, and he holds onto it for the touchdown. That connection is back between Jake Zimmer and Quentin Posey. And we take a 4-point lead before the half with 26 seconds remaining. An absolute dot from Jake Zimmer with the high point pass, throwing it up to his 6'6" tight end. And Luke James had no chance, or that was Rasul Douglas actually on that play, but Rasul Douglas had no shot of stopping that. All right, 24 seconds remaining in the half. They're most likely going to run it, but I've seen teams try to go and make something happen. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining. We'll see what they try and do. We're watching over the middle. Everything's covered. Going out right, and Mac Jones just tosses the football away. On the kick return to start the second half is Brian Jackson, again, already with 1 receiving TD. And we know what he can do in the return game. And here we go. On the return, only getting up to the 20-yard line, one of his poorer returns of the season. All right, I like this look sometimes. We're going empty. You're going to see how the defense reacts, splitting them out. They have 5 on the line. Posey's got the one-on-one. Underneath, we got Antoine Andrews with the catch. On 2nd and inches, they only got 3 on the D-line. We're going to try a QB drop. And it's there. We got good blocks. And Jake Zimmer just getting knocked down at 37 after picking up that first. And it all comes down to this. The second half with a 4-point lead. Jake playing fantastic so far. We cannot blame him. Oh, we got Jamison one-on-one with Derek Stingley. Oh, Derek Stingley knocks it away. A great play defensively. Catching up to Jamison almost seems like a crime. That should not be allowed. And now 2nd and 10. Looks like it might be man. And I think it is. Calvin Austin underneath, holds on to it, doesn't get stripped, thankfully. And now it's 3rd and 4. We're going to move out of the empty set. And on 3rd and 4, they're showing double A-gap pressure. I think we're going to have Posey on a drag as well. Posey is wide open. Oh, no, we can't get it off in time. Oh, it's a fumble. No, that should not be a fumble. They fall down at 35. We definitely held on to it way too long. That was bad pocket presence by us. I hope that's not a fumble. We weren't even, like, beginning to throw the ball, really. Like, we just barely put our arm back. So we were looking at the drag from Posey, but they dropped back into coverage over the middle. Really, we had Jamison kind of open on the post. I think Brian Jackson actually was going to be the one that was pretty open on the left side. But by the time we had seen it, it was a little bit too late. And yeah, they just came through free. And just like 4 dudes on top of Jake Zimmer as he gets knocked to the ground. 1st and 10 from the 35. Yeah, Christian Harris coming up the middle, but we do miss the gap. And Javonte getting knocked down by Baron Browning. Javonte still 7 yards per carry. Hate to see it. In the pistol. Yeah, everybody, all of the front 7 is pretty much up on the line, and they're running power to the right side. We're trying to get there. Christian Harris just slows him down just enough for eventually Nathan Walls to make the tackle as Cole Kmet gets injured on the play, holding his pec. 1st and 10. We're in cover 2. Not too worried about being passed on over the top on the outside, the back corner, but it could happen. Watching curl flats, they throw it to the flat underneath, picking up a couple yards, and again, just what they absolutely love doing against cover 2 is just doing the curl flats and just waiting for somebody to get open. Just hoping we can get some pressure at least. Morrow in coverage on the underneath route again. Surtain getting knocked away before finally taking him down. And it's going to be 3rd and 6. We're going to go into cover 1. The one mismatch we have is, we have Morrow on, okay, luckily we don't have Morrow on Barber anymore. Barber is lined up at tight end. That's just a glitch. It's not even fair. Watching the in, one-on-one. Oh, we can't force the incompletion with Surtain. You'd think he'd be able to get his hand in there and knock the pass away. But they're down at the 4-yard line. Wallace with 4 catches now for 16 total yards. And they're probably going to run a stretch to the left is what I see happening. Could be an RPO, though, with a pass to A.J. Brown. It's a power up the middle, and we're all over it. Could be a run again. Trying to get Javonte into the end zone, and they do finally get him into the end zone for the TD. All right, at least we've been in this game the whole time. The Texans game in the Super Bowl is rough. This one has been back and forth the whole way. Brian Jackson on the return up to the 25-yard line. But, you can't fault Jake for anything. He's played outstanding so far. We have outgained them by 100 yards. We had that one bad fumble. Tossing it off to Juszczyk. It wasn't a triple option, but Jake Zimmer got creative on the play. Actually, it was a triple option. What am I saying? That was a triple option. I just didn't see it. But we pitched it off anyways, got it to Juszczyk, and picked up 7 yards on the play, making it 2nd and 3. Hebert cuts it out right, picking up a couple yards before going down. And Bradley Chubb with an injury. We're going to send Posey out to the left. He's going to be in the slot. And looks like it's man coverage. We're going to send him on a short out. And he did not beat his man. Looking over to the right. Nothing's really there. We just got to throw it away. All right, at this point, we're going to completely take the training wheels off for Jake. We're letting him do whatever he wants on this drive. Got to get something. Throwing it underneath the Calvin Austin. I don't love it, but we're going to try a counter. Got good blocks. Out to the right. Picking up the first down at least. Good run by Brian Jackson. Who has not... when the season started, he was averaging about 6-7 yards per carry, which was, stupidly high off of a lot of, outside runs, but he's fallen back to earth these last couple of games, picking up, like 2 or 3 yards per carry. Posey open over the middle, holds on to it, picks up the first. Like I said, we're letting the training wheels come off for Jake Zimmer, and we're letting him just run wild with the offense. And sometimes it can be incredible, and sometimes it can be a disaster. So we'll see what happens. Antoine underneath, picking it up. Has to fight back for the first down, but does get it. The thing is, without Cooper Kupp, we got to rely a lot more on Antoine at the number 2 spot. And aside from that fumble, he has been good. We got one-on-one outside with Jameson. Oh, Jameson holds on to it. I didn't think he was going to be able to get to it because it was an inaccurate ball due to the pressure, but Jameson still kept his eyes up and found the ball right around the 1-yard line. Jake with an incredible throw while being hit. Jameson beating the DB on the play. Running a read option with Hebert. They've let the inside run go quite a bit. Let's see what they do here. They let it go again. Hebert tries to cut it back left, but cannot get around his own O-lineman. All right, I like this a lot. They got, actually, this should be a free touchdown for Brian Jackson. They got 3 dudes on the right. They got no one over the middle. Oh, Jackson gets tackled down. He rolls into the end zone, though, over the defender. I didn't think he was going to get in. But Brian Jackson now with a receiving TD and a rushing TD in this game. Outstanding. Yeah, I did not think he was making it in once he got taken down at the 2, but he just rolled over him and got in. With like 4 guys on top of him. Insane. All right, we've got the 4-point lead. They're saying screw it with the run game. Let's come out here with Mac Jones and fire away. We're sending Hazelwood off the edge, throwing it short. Oh, A.J. Brown might have fumbled. Oh, but A.J. Brown falls right on top of it. We had 5 defenders in the area, but the ball fell right underneath A.J. Brown's legs. 2nd and 3. They got extremely lucky. I don't like Sean Hazelwood being on coverage. Oh, Surtain almost got the pick. He tried to fight through the receiver to get that interception. That was so close. Great coverage by Surtain. Now 3rd and 3. We're going to play cover 2. This is a little bit risky. I would prefer Hazelwood. We're going to have Hazelwood come off the edge, actually. Okay, so we're going to have... Okay, we're covering over the middle. Barber's there. We've got Javonte covered. And Surtain forces the incompletion. Mac Jones still with only 90 passing yards. His defense has shown up. Now Brian Jackson on the punt return. He has not had a punt return touchdown all season. Mostly because we keep stealing the punts away from him. Returning it out right, and no, cannot get to the edge. Goes down to 30. Jay coming back out with 6 minutes remaining. This is not the point of the game where we want to try to run clock. You got to run a normal drive. Put a normal drive together with 6 minutes remaining. We cannot try to chew clock this early. On the counter, Hebert losing yards. We got Brian Jackson and Strong. We're running a stretch to the left. Fighting through a couple of... I don't even know what to say on that play. That was just weird. We were stuck at 3rd and 14. You don't want to go into play action. We're going to go gun split close. And I don't love this play. We're going to send Antoine on a go. Anton could be open. Jameson holds onto it near midfield. A big throw again by Jake Zimmer. Jake, we don't really want to talk about this, but Jake did not perform very well in the Super Bowl against the Texans, but so far he's played fantastic in this game. Near flawless. 1st and 10, running to the left of Jackson again. Got some good blocks, picking up about 4 yards. On 2nd and 6. Looks like it could be man coverage. And it's actually zone. Brackett open underneath, picks up the first. First catch for Brackett of the game. 1st and 10 coming out and empty. They got no linebackers over the middle, so what does that mean? We're doing a QB draw. Good blocks. Sliding down. Oh, man, that was close. Can't rest the fumble. We have 500 yards of total offense in this game. We ranked near the bottom of the league, and I think a lot of that is because of the turnovers we forced. We didn't have to fight for a lot of yards. Also, our kick return game was one of the best in the league, so we started from an advantageous field position most of the time. On 2nd and 3. Posey underneath is open, and he picks up the first down again. We got 3 minutes remaining. We've done a good job of not trying to actively chew clock, but also not rushing ourselves. Posey up to 4 catches for 80 yards. On 1st and 10 from the 26. Austin underneath, wide open. And he goes down, almost picking up the first. And they're showing the passing offense again, up to 300 passing yards for Jake. And I think Posey might be unmarked on this play. We're going to snap this.
No, he's got a man on him. We do get the edge, running outside. Throwing it off our... Oh, they're throwing it out of bounds. 3rd and 2. Who do we trust? Posey doesn't have a man directly over him. Let's see. Will he stay open, though? That's the question. We do have the run. Antoine goes down. We could have thrown it to him potentially, but we do pick up the first. Going out of bounds. I don't like going out of bounds, but we kind of had to. Obviously, that stops us from burning clock. We're going to run it one time and take it down to the 2-minute warning. And Brian Jackson goes down. And that'll take us to 2-minute warning with a 4-point lead. But yeah, field goal only gives us the 1 touchdown lead. We got Jameson on a one-on-one. Running out left, trying to make something happen with our legs. Throwing the short pass to Calvin Austin, who goes down for a 4-yard pickup. Jalen Phillips is injured on the play, holding his wrist. And this is where legends are made. We are sending Posey on a zig. We're sending Calvin Austin on a slant. And Posey beats his man one-on-one. Dives into the end zone for the touchdown. And we have a 2-possession lead on our hands. Posey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, I believe. After already getting the 1 catch over Rasul Douglas earlier in the game for the TD. He takes it into the end zone, diving over the defense, over Rasul Douglas again. I'm curious to see who's going to get Super Bowl MVP if we do pull out this W. Threatening them to pass downfield, they have not shown that they can do it, despite the fact that they have some really great receivers on the team. Watching over the middle, it's covered, and he just throws it out of bounds. We're sending Christian Harris on a blitz on this play off of the edge. Dontrell gets stuck, and it's going to be out of bounds again, making it 3rd and 10. Again, Mac Jones not eclipsing the 100 passing yards mark is absurd. We're going to send Nathan Walls off the edge on another blitz. Got everything underneath covered. Oh, he throws it. It's going to be out of bounds. I thought that was going to be a throw to the flat, and I thought we were going to get a pick, but instead it's going to be just straight up out of bounds. We're going to get into cover 1. I don't like that look in cover 2 with that many receivers on the field. Watching over the middle, it's not there. One-on-one in the out of bounds, and as long as this flag is not on us, this game is over, and we've won the Super Bowl. Oh, who got roughing the passer? It was on Trey. Oh, my God. Let's look at this play. All right, so Mac Jones is sitting back, throws it, and yeah, Trey gets in there way after it's thrown and knocks him down. On 1st and 10. Setting Eric Stokes off of the edge. Already with 2 sacks in the game. Watching over the middle. Everything is covered over the middle. And Jones just tossing it away after getting bailed on the previous play with a roughing the passer. He, again, is still not above 100 passing yards, which is just insane. On 2nd and 10 from the 40. They tried the halfback screen, and again, an incomplete. And Mac Jones is now 10 for 26 for 90 passing yards. With the 1 interception, we have completely shut him down. Again, on the season, he had almost 40 TDs and about 5,000 passing yards. Everything over the middle is covered, and Christian Harris trying to get back there, and we hit him out of bounds with Isaiah Simmons. And we're now at 4th and 10, and this is for the game. We're in cover 1. We got the matchups we like. Watching to the right side, Josh Barber's got a mismatch a little bit. Lastly, Tariq forcing the incompletion, and that is the game. With a minute remaining, this is all but over. We just got to run the football. And we have just got our first Super Bowl victory with this young core of players. All right, that's the game. We win 34-20, and time to celebrate our first Super Bowl victory. It feels so good to come back to Super Bowl for the 3rd time and finally get a win. Losing to Tom Brady and Cade Cody in previous seasons, this time playing against Mac Jones and getting that Super Bowl victory. The defense played outstanding, holding the team to 20 points, and the offense had a near-perfect game. The Steelers had, no hope of stopping us, it seemed like. And really what I'm curious about is seeing who is going to win the Super Bowl MVP. The trophy is coming through, and I'm already thinking about what we're doing in the offseason. We got a lot of players that have some big contracts, and we already kind of have an idea of what we want to do, and this is just GM Swish talking at this point, not Coach Swish. But Jake Zimmer holding the trophy, holding it high for the fans in AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. showing some of his highlights, and he may very well have won the Super Bowl MVP. Showing a couple of his nice plays, a couple of his passes that resulted in TDs. All right, so looking at the stats for the game, I'm pretty sure Jake got Super Bowl MVP with 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Rushing-wise, Lionel Hibbert with 11 carries for 59 yards, a very good game. Brian Jackson getting 7 carries for 13 yards and the 1 TD. Javonte having a good game. Receiving, Jameson with 4 catches for 86 yards. Posey with 2 TDs off of 5 grabs and 83 yards. Antoine pitched in himself with 4 catches for 70 yards. Calvin Austin, 6 catches for 34 yards. A lot of catches for Calvin Austin out of the slot. Brian Jackson, 2 catches for 30 yards and a TD. And Moses Brackett with 1 catch as well. Defensively, leading the way in tackles. A lot of tackles distributed around the team, but I can't definitively say somebody led in tackles. Eric Stokes with the only 2 sacks of the game. Surprising that no one else got pressure, really. But Pastor Tan with the interception, and then the forced fumble by Isaiah Simmons that they ended up picking back up, and no defensive touchdowns. All right, guys, time to celebrate this Super Bowl victory and enjoy a couple days off from the series. And we'll see what we do for next season, but I'm looking forward to the off season. We got some really interesting draft prospects. Again, I'm continuing to fine-tune what makes this this whole franchise competitive. So, again, continuing to try and make sure that we have a really interesting viewing experience. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. But thank you to all of you who watched the series so far, and we're going to continue on with it. But if you have not checked out the Buccaneers series yet, make sure to do that as well. We are midway through the season at this point. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video when we go into the off season before season number 4.